What's up, guys? It's Mike.
It's Dan.
It's the sweetest love story in world China.
Got another great love story for you guys. Real life love story coming out of China in a world where people are obsessed with money and, you know, they're auditioning wives and all this stuff. This is so sweet.
Well, not just in China, right? People are obsessed with money everywhere. A lot of times marriages are dependent on how much salary you make, how many houses you have, especially in China. We're going to get to a story later about the young brides of other surrounding countries that are even smuggled into China because people find it too hard to get married to Chinese women because the stipulations are too high. This is a really touching story. In a world of riches, I mean, what do people want in life? People want a good life.
Yep.
Normally that involves a lot of money, a comfortable lifestyle. But some people, when you find that one that really touches you, I know you don't really buy into this stuff because you're a cynic, but when you find the one that you really feel comfortable with, you can give it all up.
Well, I love a good love story, right? So I believe in that. I just don't believe in like all that like super movie love kind of thing. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, this is basically a movie.
This is basically a movie. This is basically like a real life love story. The guy's a lot older. He's 57, but he's a millionaire.
Yeah.
And he lives in Spain.
Multi-millionaire.
Multi-millionaire. Lives in Spain. So he's an expat.
Yeah.
So he's probably been living in Spain for a while. He probably speaks Spanish.
Probably a comfortable life.
Comfortable life.
Yep.
What happens is he goes to a research trip in Zhejiang province.
Yeah.
And he's like taking in the beautiful scenery, and his bus left, so he's left kind of stranded in this town. So he goes knocking on a random door, and a woman answers.
Yeah, that's some serendipity stuff.
This is like, you know, normally you're like, whatever, like you don't think much of it, but like Mike said, serendipity is about to happen. So the woman answers the door, and it's a farmer, and she's not young either. She's like a single mother now. Her husband had died earlier, and she basically sat down, invited him in, and they started talking. They talked the whole night. Like, this is, I mean,
I'll tell you this right now. That's the perfect first date. Is like if you meet someone and you connect so well.
Right.
And like I'm old fashioned. I'm not about like, oh, first date, kiss her, whatever. No. If you can stay up and just talk and not want to go to bed. Because they're older.
Yeah.
I mean, I would assume they want to go to sleep.
Yeah, me too.
I mean, I would want to go to sleep.
If I'm the guy, if I'm this gentleman, I'm like, look, I'm just looking for a place to stay, and I want to get on my bus the next day.
Yes, but to have a conversation that could in your mind be better than sleeping.
Right.
For the whole night. That's awesome.
It's pretty awesome. So not only that, but basically it wasn't like love at first sight. This is what I love about this story, because it's not like, oh, she was so beautiful when she answered the door. No, he wasn't even thinking about that.
No.
As he got to know this woman, he got to see how basically I don't know what the word for it is, but she had to deal with a lot of hardship in her life.
Yeah, a lot of tribulations.
Her husband died. She's not well. She owes a lot of medical debt because the husband had a rare blood disease, and she has children. So she has, they don't make any money. They're farmers in rural China. So he was extremely impressed by this woman's determination and forbearance, and that's what he fell in love with.
Well, I don't necessarily agree with that.
You don't agree with that?
Because I feel like when two people meet,
okay,
there's certain things that connects them to each other.
Yes, I agree with that.
And I feel like, what you're saying is it's true on a surface. On the surface, that might be what he's seeing.
Yeah.
But I feel like it's a deeper connection. In Chinese, we call it 缘分.
Dude, I agree with you. I'm totally agree with you, and I'm only speaking about. You're right. I'm only speaking about the surface level of what he likes.
So of course, this guy's kids think he's insane.
He's insane because here's what he does. So he's so impressed by this woman, he leaves, and basically, he can't get her off his mind.
Right. We've all been there.
But it's like, this woman, you live in Spain, woman lives in China, you just met her, you guys aren't getting any younger, she's been married before, so he's like, you know what, I'm a multi-millionaire, I got my businesses. He's like, you know what? I don't care about any of this. I'm going back to China and marrying this woman.
And the kids were like, Dad, are you insane?
They thought he was crazy.
Right. But then they went with him to meet her.
Yeah.
And they were so happy because he's so happy. They've never seen him so happy before.
Exactly.
That's when they accepted it.
Another funny part of the story is that the lady, when he went back, he basically, this is like Cinderella, right?
Yeah.
Like Prince Charming comes to your door, knocks on your door, is like, I want to marry you, I want to provide a great life for you. And the lady was like basically pushing him away. She's like, this is crazy. Do not, like, no, I don't want this. She was like, I don't want to give you my burdens. But this guy's like, no, I want to take care of you. So he signs over all of his businesses to his children, moves to rural China in this village. I mean, he could easily be like,
why
come
didn't he
to me.
just bring her over?
Spain, the beautiful
What's wrong with
country.
Spain?
She could have came. They could have lived like in a luxury building and all that stuff. But dude, but see, that's also him thinking about her.
Yeah, she probably told him, she was like, you know what, my family's been here my whole life.
Yeah.
I have roots here.
Exactly. Like for her to move to a completely foreign land, like that's so weird. He was like, you know what, I can move here. I'm native Chinese, so I'll move here. I'll settle down. And the best part, not the best part, but one of the best parts is when they settled down, he opened up an inn in the village so that they can make money and so that she could use the money to pay off her medical bills. So she could easily just take his money and pay off the medical bills, but this way it's kind of like she could work for it.
Yeah, because Chinese people, we need to work our whole lives. That's especially the older generation. They get restless. They can't just retire. They got to do something. So this is something they get to do together, something they can build together, which is really sweet. In this story, something you don't really hear about, because right now, what do we hear about nowadays with rich millionaires, billionaires? What, they go after 20-year-olds, mistresses.
Oh my gosh!
Like especially Chinese.
Especially, there's a mystery. There's
mistress
a city.
Yeah, Arcadia in LA. That's like where they all buy houses for their mistresses. So this is very common, but this is not common. This is not common. This love story is not common. She's not young. She's not like what you would consider very attractive.
Right.
She's not, like all these qualities that usually you will find that billionaires or millionaires look for in their little sugar babies or whatever.
Absolutely. Like like in America, people make the news, young women marrying rich billionaires. I don't care. Who cares about that? You see that every single day. This is the type of stuff.
This is sweet. Let's go back to this, guys. So let us know your thoughts on this story. Thank you for watching. See you later.